Today on Judge Porter.
Looks at the kids.
I'm sorry, my hearing's getting bad as I'm getting older, but did I just hear you say that this young man threw a stapler
Yes,
at
sir.
you?
Yes.
Would you say that from your experience as a teacher at that school, would you say that they may have some influence of what goes on in this town?
To some extent.
We're here for case number 9031, School District of Mango Park versus Teresa Dieguez. Ma'am, can you come up to the front? If we have a representative from the school district, can you also come up front, please?
I don't think there is anybody for
Ma'am, I'm sorry. Am I pronouncing your last name correctly?
Dieguez, yeah.
Dieguez. Okay.
Thank you.
And I do not see anyone from the school district here. Ma'am, it shows here that you're suing in reference to this is a termination issue from
Yes,
your job.
sir. Yes.
Can you tell the court what was your position with the school district?
I've been a teacher with the school district at Mango Park for almost 15 years.
Okay, is it the same school or is it with different locations within the
Same
school
school.
district?
Same
Okay.
school.
And I'm just curious, what grade did you teach, ma'am?
In the same school, I have taught anywhere from 6th to 8th grade.
Okay, so we're talking about middle school.
Middle schoolers.
All
yes.
right. If I'm reading this correctly, ma'am, not only were you terminated, but they're trying to snatch your decertification from the state?
Yes.
What's going on with that?
The whole issue started when one of our parents of one of my students put in a complaint because they say that I singled out their student and I reprimanded it in a way that was not according to the school district rules. This particular student has been disruptive multiple times. I have followed all the district procedures with contacting the parents and warnings. And because he was sent to be suspended, they put in a complaint with the district.
Uh-huh. And can you give the court an example of one of the things that he did that was, I guess the word I'm looking for is disruptive?
Well, he was constantly interrupting. He was constantly talking to all the other students, but things escalated into a point where it got a little dangerous, not only for me, but for the other students, and I have to protect.
Okay, when you say dangerous, in what manner are we referring to?
He will throw tantrums whenever he didn't get his way. He will throw papers and say words, and it got to the point where he started throwing things that were heavier than papers.
Okay, heavier than paper. What are we talking about? Like chair or table?
He did not get to that, but he threw a stapler at me at one point. And the last straw was when he just destroyed the whole bookcase and started throwing books at the kids.
I'm sorry, my hearing's getting bad as I'm getting older, but did I just hear you say that this young man threw a stapler?
Yes,
at
sir.
you?
Yes.
Did it make contact with
It
you?
did not make contact, but I had to suspend him because he was dangerous to the other kids.
Okay, now it's been a while since I've been in school, and I have had children. Matter of fact, I have children who are in middle school now. Let me ask you this question: did you report this behavior to the assistant principal of the school?
I did. I follow all of the procedures. I contacted
And what did they say about this?
I contacted the school counselor, I contacted the parents, and things went escalating. And when the next step was suspension, the parents put in a complaint and they demanded that I would be fired from my job. It started with the little things, which I would contacted the school counselor or the assistant principal. And I contacted the parents. When it came to be dangerous and he was suspended, which was the next step, the parents put in a complaint and they demanded that I would be fired from my job.
Okay, I don't have a representative from your particular school here, but can you give me some insight into the conversation that took place between you and the principal or the assistant principal in relation to this particular incident with the state? But I'm assuming you spoke to them about that incident.
They did. Yes, I did.
And what did they say?
My principal was very supportive, and they agreed that the next step would be the child needed to be suspended. However, the district is the one that fired me because they were afraid, and instead of conducting an investigation, a proper investigation, they sided with the parents immediately. I have never been written up. I have never had anybody complain about me. And they just threw away 15 years of my work because of being afraid of being sued, or maybe they have insights and contacts. I don't know, but
I spent over 20 years as a police officer with the city of Menlo Park. And it's been my experience that certain people make certain requests that seem to be unreasonable when they seem to be in a position of influence. So my question to you is, have you met the parents of this particular child?
they have been to open house with everyone. However, when I requested a teacher parent conference, they completely ignored.
Okay, without saying the names of those parents, can you give me an idea of their occupation or their, how do I say this, their status within our town?
I would say that they are investors in a lot of real estate businesses in our town.
Would you say that, from your experience as a teacher at that school, would you say that they may have some influence of what goes on in this town?
To some extent.
Okay. Because the way it sounds like, because it's extremely unusual for a teacher to make a recommendation that a child receive some type of discipline, whether it be detention or indoor suspension, outdoor suspension, or even expulsion. I believe the expulsion level may come from the principal themselves and whatever. But it's extremely unusual for a teacher to initiate a disciplinary action, to have a principal sign off on it, say, yes, I agree. And then the school district says, not only do we disagree with this action, we also feel that it's probably necessary that this particular teacher is terminated. Now, you said that no investigation took place?
None. I have letters from
Okay,
parents.
so how do you know that an investigation did not take place?
Because I was terminated immediately.
When you say immediately, did you receive a letter or phone call?
The
or
very
the
next day, I received an email and I spoke to my principal, and the principal said, "My hands are tied. This is above me."
Wow.
I have never had any incidents with any of my students or parents. As a matter of fact, I have letters from parents, colleagues, and students that have written letters.
Officer Nunez, do you mind grabbing those documentations so I can take a look at those? I'm just curious what it says.
I have the support of the community, and the district is not listening to what the parents and my colleagues and my students, they're like my children. I have dedicated my life to raise these children. In middle-age school, it's very, very difficult.
Am I reading this correctly? I think I read something here that you were, not only were you teacher of the year at that particular school, but you were nominated by the district for the state award for teacher of the year.
Yes, sir.
And that wasn't too long ago.
No, only 2 years ago.
And now they're saying not only are you terminated, but they're trying to snatch your decertification as well.
Correct. So I would not be able to
I'm
teach.
just curious, did they give a reason why they're saying that your certification needs to be revoked as well?
Because I did not follow procedures and I singled out as if I had a personal interest on
Wow. That's
hurting this
interesting.
child.
That's interesting. Okay. I don't understand the logic that the district is using for this. And I would love to hear from somebody from the school district to explain to me why that is. I do not have someone here from the school district to explain as to why you were terminated. What I will do on your behalf, I will issue a temporary injunction against your termination. The injunction, I will make it for 90 days. Okay?
Okay.
And within that time period, I'm going to get in contact with somebody from the district, and then maybe they can explain to me why this office sent a subpoena to them, and they didn't send a representative to explain. Because to me, that's being rude. If we send you a subpoena, you send somebody here. They want to say that you violated policy or whatever, but the court sent a subpoena and you ignore it. Now they're ignoring policy. It's almost like, who are you to tell somebody they didn't do their job when you're not doing your job? And here's the thing. In the meantime, this injunction will allow you to keep your job, right, for the next 90 days, 3 months.
Thank you.
But it appears to me that you're going to be at a place that doesn't appreciate the efforts that you have laid forth for the school district. And although things may work out and you get your job back, there's always going to be somebody looking for you to mess up. They're going to look for the first mistake, whatever they can find on you, because now you made them look bad, if it goes that route. Mm-hmm. Now, I am going to recommend that, well, not recommend, what I'm going to do is I'm going to write you a letter of recommendation. Maybe you can find a neighboring school district. I think Citrus County, they're looking for good teachers. Maybe you can get a job at a private institution where they're also looking for, but I'm definitely going to write that because I know what I read. But I'm simply appalled at the fact that, because it sounds to me like this was a case of a parent with influence has a spoiled brat, and that they catered to the brat rather than listening to their teacher. And one day that brat is going to grow up, and that brat is going to think that they can do whatever they want. And if that brat is surrounded with money and power and influence, that brat is going to be a problem to a lot more people in the future. So if they're not willing to nip the problem in the bud now, Lord help us. But as for you, like I said, I will issue this injunction. But in that meantime, and I will, before you head out of this building to go home, you will have your letter of recommendation. I just need you to sit and wait until I have other cases. But I'm very concerned that the school district will do something like this. My kids have gone through that school district. They're still within that school district.
My kids have gone through the school district.
And I don't want that example to be shown to students that this is the way things are to be. Is that life? Maybe it is, but it's not fair and it's not right. So right now, like I said, I'm going to issue the injunction. The school district, and the funny thing is, the school district, they're the ones who brought this suit to court. So as of right now, I'm going to dismiss it, their allegations, and we'll handle this at another date.
Thank you.
You have a good day, ma'am.
Thank you.
I'm very, very grateful to Judge Porter for intervening and putting an injunction. The recommendation letter is definitely going to make a difference. And he's right. I do need to go somewhere where I am appreciated for my hard work. Thank you, Judge Porter.